Do you understand? This bamboo becomes a sword.
Here is the administration panel, which is primitive. I didn't make this to make money. I was just in the need of it because MailChimp since last year, it became unreasonably unaffordable, and so I had to make my own mass mailing system, and we are going to review it today together. So perhaps you have 500 contacts and you want to mass message them. I will explain to you how this works. It is actually a website written in PHP and you need a web hosting provider. But first, let's add some mail addresses to our empty database. So we are going to use this list of my own emails and start adding addresses to the database. Let's see. One email per line. Woohoo! Very good. Let's add one. Import completed. One address imported. 0 well already database. Fetch database. Oh, works. If we add a GR email, for instance, these two, let's add two now, outside their music.email and records.co.uk. This email should be interpreted to a Greek email because the ending is GR. So let's see. Two addresses imported, 0 were already in database. Greece. Very good. Okay, now let's try text file, save as, mails.exe, emails.exe. Let's try to import it, add addresses, and choose file, and desktop, and emails, and add entries, address, sales.minimum already exists in database. Import completed. 18 addresses imported, one already in database. Back and fetch database, and it imported all the database correctly. I am a fantastic programmer. Perhaps the best in the world. So add it. You see here it is the status is manually added while the status of the other email addresses is uploaded through a file. Anyway, log file, nothing on the log file. Why? Refresh. Oh, fantastic work by Angelos Mavros. What a fantastic work I did in September of 2022. So now let's add an address that does not exist. And let's make it France. I think France emails ends at FR. So this must be interpreted as a French email. Let's see. Import completed, fetch, so it works. This is Canter France. I want to clarify that this menu exists, the main menu, which is outside of the administration panel because it is accessible to everyone. Maybe one of your recipients is angry with your stupid mail that you sent him and he wants to unsubscribe, so he can just unsubscribe user. He doesn't need to qualify to do that. He doesn't need to enter a password. He he can just unsubscribe from the main menu. Let's test it. Unsubscribe. Your email address is contact@djopensource.com. Anti-spam 5. Successfully unsubscribed. Let's see now. Administration. It's database, and you see the contact at djopensource.com is not in the database, which is amazing work by me, of course. Let's go back. Let's add this email again because we are going to need it. One already in the database? What? You saw now it said one already in database because although the user unsubscribed, his email address is still in the database. I programmed it in a way that on the database the email still exists, but it says unsubscribe by user. We could have a look at the database at this point. At this amazing point of history, we can have a look at the database. Where is the database? I haven't seen it like for a year. Anyway, we'll find it somewhere here. Must be statistics users. Okay, that's the database. It has only two tables, statistics and users. Let's browse the users. Ooh, you see here, I remember correctly, status unsubscribed. Very good, very good. Now we can finally send an email. Let's send an email. Create new previous imported emails. What a fantastic. Each time you send an email, the system saves the theme, the template, in a text file. You see, last time I used the system was in February of 23. And now we have 2024. Wow. Time passes very fast, but thank God I get younger, it's here. So, minimum subject. Ultimo is a jerk. Why Ultimo is a jerk? Because he likes or he pretends to like Indiana Jones 5, which was a total flop. Okay, send to subscribers or send to everyone. Send to everyone. This is a very important part. The mail hosting providers have a policy. You can't send 1,000 emails at once. Let's set the seconds between sending emails to 3. And we have 23 emails to send. So this will take around 69 seconds. Preview the email. Oh, you can change it here. You are about to send a mass email to everyone. There are 23 addresses in total on the database. Why on? Make on in, because my English are perfect. Is one of my native talents. I was born speaking 3 languages. Now here comes the problem with this program. It sends the emails in real time, and I don't even know if you have to have the browser open in order for the emails to be sent. It uses the simple command of PHP mail. Command is just mail. I will show it to you later. 69 seconds. I think perhaps half of them have already passed. Okay. Success. 23 total emails were sent to everyone in the database with a delay of 3 seconds. So, we got one undelivered mail returned to sender, which was the address that does not exist. And the rest of the emails, I believe, were sent. Purge bounce. This button here was one of the last things I programmed. This email bounced and thus unsubscribed. One addresses were found in inbox and unsubscribed. Let's see if the email was, the address was unsubscribed. For the moment, it looks added, but if I refresh, it says bounced, which is fantastic. Delete inbox. All messages were moved to trash. Let's see. Yes, it's no longer in the inbox. How magnificent work by Angelos Mavros. But here comes a bug that was mentioned in the readme text. Empty trash bin doesn't work. I call out all the programmers of the world to fix this bug because I tried and I failed. Delete trash, boom. It says trash bin is now empty, but for some reasons the array cannot be distinguished. It's still in the trash. You see? It is still. We didn't see if the mail arrived. So let's see if the mail arrived. As you saw, it works. Let's check the log file. Ooh, what a fantastic log file. It logs everything. And the last thing I have to show you is the statistics. User analytics, addresses received, test mail, 0, non-subscribers in database, 2. Non-subscribers in database, 2. Why is that? Because one was bounced and one was unsubscribed manually. Very good. Subscribe and unsubscribe doesn't have a back button because you might want to share only this page to your own website for people to subscribe. So you don't need a back button to get them here. And I also didn't show you the search database function. For example, if you search for Angelos, it should find something. The term Angelos found in database as Angelos at manually.gr with status unsubscribed. I found another bug. Only the first bounced email address that does not exist is detected. I added all these non-existing email addresses in the database. Those should have been detected as bounced. You see? Address. This one came back, bounced. This one bounced. And this one bounced. But this one, for example, 3SED, this one, 3SED, if I refresh the page, was not detected as bounced. And this is a major flaw that I cannot overcome. Those are the files, the config file, the countries that detects the ending of the email address to letter code. DB is the file that connects to the database, and I made a favicon. I made 2 favicons. I will keep this one. And in the admin, I have the admin locked with HD password. It's not very secure. I think it can be easily decoded by an experienced hacker, but anyway, that's not the point. The bounced file, which has the errors, and the main file. This is the main file. This is the file that sends the emails. And for example, this is the function to send a mass email to the subscribers. It gets from the database the subscribers. It selects the emails from users where subscribed is set to 1. If you check the database here, we have a column 1 for the subscribed and 0 for the unsubscribed or the bounced, 0. It opens the log file, it writes the log file. This loop sends the email with a simple mail command, as I mentioned in the beginning, and sleep seconds. The sleep here is the interval time that we set when we are sending an email, a newsletter. We can choose here how many seconds in between the delay, and this is the delay, the sleep. After sending the emails, it informs you about the process, success, and it updates the statistics in the database, which is located just in one little table with one line with ID 0. Just 4 variables. Total test mails sent, total sent to subscribers, total mails sent to unsubscribers, and total mails sent in general, 124, 16, 147, and that is exactly what we see when we go to the statistics. So that was it. It could be useful to some people or some small companies that have, for example, 150 emails, and they don't want to pay MailChimp or another service. If they have a website, and most probably they do have, since they are small businesses, they can create a subdomain, as I did here, newsletter.partiture.com, and upload the files, and also create a no reply email. Click here, get on GitHub, and download my free and open source superior newsletter system that needs development by a real programmer.